in fiddle.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. And make me wanna dribble dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat, you really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact.
This is my limited palette pen sketchbook, or as I like to call it, my CMYK book. I once heard somebody say that the more limitations an artist is placed under, the more our creativity is bolstered, so I guess this is kind of an extension of that. I'm primarily a digital artist, which means it's really easy to get wrapped up in my own perfectionism, so having to commit something to pen and paper with limited tools really helps me loosen up and be a lot more free with my artwork. Plus, if I really like a doodle, I'll just draw it digitally and turn them into stickers, so that's cool. I would really recommend this exercise to anyone who's feeling creatively blocked or just wants a change of pace with their artwork. You can obviously use whatever colors and medium you want, but if you do something like this, tag me, cause I'd really like to see it.
Days seem sometimes as if they'll never end. Sun takes its heels to taunt you, but after sunlit days, one thing stays the same. Rises the moon. Days fade into a watercolor blur.
Pub, you don't know what to draw. Get your first marker and draw loose shapes. Fill them in with the same color. Grab your second color and repeat overlapping the first one. Repeat and add more colors until you're satisfied. Get a black pen and outline the shapes you made. Add faces. And you're done.
I stopped doing this box method of drawing anatomy because I found it confusing personally. At first I just focused on drawing the silhouettes of the figures. I did this because it felt less overwhelming. Then once I felt comfortable, I started to fill everything in.
to draw like this.
Without sounds.
Young Boss, Miss Trina, Pitbull. Let's show 'em how we get down. I party like a rock star, look like a movie star, play like an all-star, like a porn star. Baby, I'm a superstar, always posted at the bar, always with a couple bras. Maybe I'm just that raw dog. Check the resume, I hit something every day. Ask about me and they say that Chico run MIA. Pitbull, Young Boss, that's fire. Go girl, work it out till you're tired. Just
It's time for our Crayola Super Tip tutorial. Okay, I don't know why. These are like such underrated markers. They are actually like so fucking good. But I never see anyone talk about them. I use them to make the great majority of the sketchbook. Like this and this page, which I actually put in my portfolio. Okay, but anyways, let's get down to it. First of all, I want to talk about color scheme. So this is the 100 pack, so it has a lot, but you can also get 50, it's super cheap. And this is just basically color theory at this point, but you really want your colors to coincide well so it looks nice. And then when it comes to blending, you want a dark and a lighter color. Okay, and you're kind of on a time limit. You want to put your lighter color there and then sort of blend it out like this. Basically, you need to blend it before it dries, which is actually kind of a quick time period, so you have to kind of be fast about it. When it comes to actually applying it, if you do it like this, there really shouldn't be much streakiness, but if you wait too long, like, it overlaps because it already dried. But you can actually use this to your advantage. If you let this dry, you can overlap it and make it darker. Or you can combine colors to make a completely new one. Also, if you really care that much, you might notice there's a little dot there. You can just pick it up with your finger and then it's gone. I really suggest you play around with different colors and like see how they overlap and have a little swatch next to you. So these are just some techniques, but I want to show you how I actually incorporate them into my art. So with stuff like shadows, I always start with the darker color first for shadow, and then I add the lighter one, which is usually the skin tone. I know I'm going back to this page, but I think it's a really good example of how you can use these different colors and shadows to your advantage. In this one, I did a lot of blending, so those shadows look a lot softer. And in this one, I actually overlapped a lot for the shadows. Okay, so I want to color this in for you guys to like just show you like how slay they are. So, ta-da! It's done. So you can kind of see how I applied a lot of techniques into this, and these are just like all the markers I used for reference. And this is all the swatches of the 100 pack. But yeah, that's basically it. In the end though, it really doesn't have to be perfect. Like, honestly, art is all about just having fun. This is my favorite page and it's nowhere near perfect. So yeah, just have fun.
If you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway. Give peace a chance. Let the fear you have fall away. I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you. Say yes to heaven. Say yes to me. Say yes to heaven. Say yes to
Open up a beer and you say get over here and play a video game. I'm in his favorite sundress, watching me get undressed, take a party downtown. I say you the bestest, leaning for a big kiss, put his favorite perfume on, go play a video game. It's you.
Another eye tutorial for y'all. I'm not good at explanations, so I want to make it more simple. Hope this tutorial helps. Draw the eyebrows. Shading. Using this tool can help you achieve that juicy eyes. Now let's add the eyelashes. I always wanted to try that triangle thingy in the eyelashes. And we're done.
Give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want, you know I got it, baby. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. As long as you want, you know I got it, baby. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want, you know I got it. Okay, so I'm finally doing a tutorial for this. Okay, so basically what you're gonna need is one part for the background, one part to cover that background and go on top of it, and one brass fastener to actually make it move. What I personally choose to do, so I don't see the brass fastener, is hot glue it to the back of the piece that will go on top of it. And before this, I do recommend that you will mark where you want it to revolve from, just because it will very much determine everything else. So what you're gonna need to do is to glue along a line, make sure you're not inhibiting any of the movement, to a base paper, just to keep it sturdy and to be able to move it into sketchbooks and stuff. And this is the back of it with the brass fastener secured. This is a little showcase basically of how it works in the layers. From this point on, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is glue it in, and there you go. You have a spinny thing.
Hi, I had a lot of people asking for a tutorial on how I draw food, so here it is. I have a Pinterest board that I look through for references, and I chose toast because it was easier. I start out with a rough outline of the shapes and fill in like the lightest colors like the eggs and the bread. I use the blue to sort of add like a bit of shadow and like outline to some of the shapes. I use the orange to add more detail to stuff like the bread and the egg, just to give it a bit more shading. I fill in the avocado with yellow and go over it with blue to make it sort of look like green, and go over it again with yellow. And then I go in again with a darker orange to add more detail, and same with the blue. This is sort of a pat explanation, but yeah.
Ready for sure to have some more. You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? Make it feel like a game. Look at us, we go on and on again. We'll go on to the end. What we wanna do on and on again. Make it feel like a game. Look at us, we go on and on again. We'll go on to the end. What we wanna do on and on again. Look, it's a new me. Switched it up. Who's this?
How to make your sketchbook chunky. First, you need to get a hardbound sketchbook with lots of pages. You also need to get watercolor paper. I draw most of my drawings on a watercolor page, then I stick it to the sketchbook paper. This makes the sketchbook chunky. Sticking stuff like Polaroids or sticky notes will also help. I hope this helped.
So, I've seen a lot of people struggling with the head shape, so let me help with that. So first what you want to do is draw a circle. Then after that, you want to draw a line in the middle of the circle. So using that line, you want to draw a cone, just like an ice cream. So when you draw a head shape, just think about an ice cream. After that, you want to remove the bottom of the cone. Then you want to draw a line in the middle of the circle and the bottom line just here. After that, you want to draw a triangle in between those two lines. You should end up with something like this. After that, you can erase the inside. But since we don't want a pointy chin, we'll just erase the bottom part and turf it. Then you had your head shape. So at the end of the day, if you want to draw a head, just draw an ice cream.
Tutorial on how to draw the gorilla's character.
Trying to read the world today.
First, pick your reference. Lightly sketch out the basic shapes.
I'll never do that.
From there, you can outline whatever reference you use. Map out where the eyes, mouth, eyebrows, etc.
Happy tune on me. But don't tell me off.
Erase unwanted lines that overlap each other.
Then I'm inside.
Now make your lines bolder and more defined. Now see where the shadows are in your reference. Lightly sketch an outline where the shadows are and shading those shadows.
And even though
Carefully erase lighter areas to define them more. Remember, practice makes perfect.
Drawing shadows can be a bit tricky, but this technique makes it easier and all you need is loads of triangles. Once we know where the light's coming from, we can trace a straight line down to the ground beneath it. This is where all the shadows will point back to, so we're going to put a vanishing point here. Then we can trace out some triangles, following a line from the sun, past each important point on the giraffe, and seeing where it reaches the ground. Once we've got those mapped out, it's just a case of filling in the rest to match the pose of the giraffe into the shadow. If we move the light source a little bit lower, we can see the impact this has on our triangles, as the shapes of these shadows stretch out further and further as the sun goes down. Wherever you put your light source, even if it's out of the frame, just imagine a line connecting it straight down to the ground and the triangles will lead the way. All glory to the triangles!